Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's get into a recap of yesterday. So, we finished 12 of 18. Not bad. We've had a pretty solid run for the last couple weeks, so I do not have any complaints in that regard. But let's get into what we missed. So, we missed McCain's over for points. He ended up shooting 1 of 6. Not the best pick I had. The hard part was the math was there with SGA in the game still. He still covered the line. I think it was 2 out of 3 games with SGA in. So I had faith. He just ended up shooting 1 for 6, and that was kind of the one thing I was worried about. Is in his games prior he'd be 3 for 5, 4 for 6, and so averages are averages for a reason. But we missed that one. We also missed Khan's rebounds. Just a bad pick on my part. I do gamble with that one here and there, and he typically seems to hit it against better teams. So that's all right. It's a risk we took. I also wasn't expecting the Celtics to get blown out like that. I thought the Hornets were going to win because I took money on them, but I did not think that it was going to be that bad. So we missed those two. Brandon Miller's line as well. Man just likes to flirt with that line. He was stuck at 18. Not stuck at 18. He finished like 8 of 12 for the game, so shot really efficiently. So we're not mad at that department at all. Plus, we had LaMelo and Khan cover their points lines, so it was fine. I just really wanted that extra shot, and it seems like he's kind of taking, not a backseat, he's just not shooting as much volume recently, but I mean, the line's been dropping. I still like that 19.5 line for him. All three of their main scores. What else did we miss? We missed Jaylen Brown's line, 27.5. They got blown out by 30. He didn't shoot the ball too well. Derek White balled out as well. So we missed Cat's over for points. 17.5 was the line. He finished at 17. We missed and then we missed SGA's points as well. So those are the 6 things that we missed. What did we get right though? We got McCall's over for points, 13.5. Covered that line fairly quickly, I think, in the third quarter. So shout out to McCall. We had Hart's over for rebounds. Khan's over for points. We also had LaMelo over for points. We had Brunson unders points. Even though the line was 24.5, he just has not been Jalen Brunson of recent. So took the under. I'll take the pick. Did me well. We also got Cats over for rebounds. Keontae George killed. We took his over. I was so surprised the line was 20.5 when I caught it. I mean, it rose like 23.5 by the time the game started. But great read there. Sweat free. Hell yeah. But then, that game sucked for 2 seconds because I had the Jazz. So I had this parlay down. All the winners of the games. We went 5 for 6, and I missed the Jazz because the Jazz were up 6 with 2 minutes left. And then Keontae George airballed twice, and so did Ace Bailey. He didn't airball. He just had this horrible contested 3 brick. But that one hurt me. But shout out to them. So, and then we also had Nickeil Alexander-Walker covering his line and Pascal covering his line. Oh, and we had one more. We had Hartenstein's under for boards because I had a feeling yesterday. So I gave you guys the 3 main picks yesterday, but VIP, I was sitting there like, man, I just have this weird feeling Hartenstein's going to get injured. He got injured. So, yeah, it was just a weird feel I had yesterday. I just had a weird feeling he's going to get under his line. He has a soleus strain, I'm 90% sure. And so, I don't know. I just had a weird feeling. But we took his under. Oh, and we got OG's over for points, too. OG finished with like 16 or 17. So, that's the hard part with the Knicks. They just have so many scores that's just hard to gauge all the time. But, hey, I'll take it. Good reads yesterday. I'm happy. And then, yeah, so could have been better. Life goes on. What you going to do about it? But what do we have today? Let's get into today's slate of games. So, bam, beautiful. Let's kick it off. Jazz and Wizards. Interesting game because it's Trae Young's return game. I wasn't even expecting him to play to be complete this entire season, to be honest with you. So I am pretty surprised that he's in right now. But hey, it'll be interesting to see what he does. But we're not taking those lines because no matter what you do, what you look at, you're just straight guessing on this game. I mean, hey, I'm not opposed to guessing all the time, but most of the time. Especially because it's a 14-point line. But you got to expect the minutes to be low. I'm not even going to go into Trae Young stats. We're not doing that. But excited to see him come back. Excited to see what this Wizard squad does. I know for a fact that Will Riley is definitely going to play a little bit extra. So if you like Will Riley a little bit, if his minutes are there, he performs. So I do have to give him that. He's a decent little forward. He's athletic. I like his rebound line. I took it the other night a couple times because it was at 3.5 for a while. So I got it like these last 3 nights. And then since then, it's kind of bumped up. And then tonight it's peaked at 5.5. Do with that what you will. But I'm taking Bilal's assist line tonight. I know his minutes are going to be there. And what I like is it's a 1.5 line. It's exactly how I feel about Kuzma's line. Like if you just play basketball and you play minutes, you know that over time Whether it's just a little dump off, whether it's you just coming off screen seeing something, whether it's a transition pass, like there's gonna be assist opportunities, even just a swing pass. So I do like I do like the odds for him to get this. He's gonna play his minutes. He really does. It's very rare that he doesn't get 2 assists in a game, and I just feel like it's a very, and I'm not gonna say simple stat to get, but of all the effort things out there, I think our chances of Bilal hitting this are pretty up there. I even like Bilal's point line. It's kind of bumped up. I swear it was a 10.5, 11.5 earlier. But I even like his points. 13 might be a little too much for me to want to take it with 100% confidence. But, man, it's the Wizards at the end of the day. All right, Jazz. Let's see what we got. I like Ace Bailey's over tonight. My only concerns are he doesn't hit this over very often. Okay, I'm going to show you why with stats I don't think Ace Bailey's going to do this. And then I'm going to tell you why I feel like he absolutely should be able to do this, because he should be able to do this. So when it comes to his field goal attempts, if he shoots under 14, we're covering that line 10% of the time. Like, he didn't even get 20. Not even a 20 piece in this sample size, okay? If we go to the whole season, he has done it 5 times out of 41 games, 12%. Bro, I'm about to hurt myself. This is crazy. He finished with 20 points, 21, and the other games were all 19. That makes me want to jump off a bridge. So, statistically, if he shoots under 14, it doesn't happen. And see, like, that's what pain. I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. You were a phenomenal scorer. Why is this like this? So, if we filter it at 15, we'll go to 15. Nice part is if he shoots over 15, we cover the line 57% of the time, roughly. We go to the full season. I guess this is based on the full season. So, that's my one concern with Ace Bailey is he's just a little bit inconsistent with his scoring right now. Now, usage is up. Minutes are up in the last 20 games. His points are up. I think he should be able to cover this line, truly. I mean, the Jazz don't have Markkanen playing, no Keontae George, no Jaren Jackson. So, really, he's the primary scorer on the court. He should absolutely be able to cover this line. And they're playing the Wizards. They're playing the fucking Wizards. God. Ace Bailey. This is what I mean. I just showed you the stats on why I don't think he's going to do it and how much volume he has to shoot to do it. But he should be able to fucking do it. My goodness. I like Ace Bailey. Now, I won't think I like him now. He's growing on me. I'll give it to him. He's growing on me. If his rebound line, if his rebound line's also still at 5.5, I would totally take this tonight. I know it seems like such a strange jump because he doesn't really consistently hit this as much as he does other things, but I really like the rebound line tonight. Collier. I also like his under for assists tonight. It's a really high line at 10. Do I think he could do it? For sure. But the issue is his line was crazy inflated these couple games because, let me rephrase. This is what started his inflation. 22 assists, 11 assists. He started covering that line out of nowhere. But the problem with this is he played a ton of minutes. The only time he's done it under playing, like we'll say 30 minutes, is 4 times. 4 times playing under 30 minutes as he covered that line. So, it's not that it's not a possible thing for him to cover the line tonight. I just don't like the odds. He's been playing about 26 minutes, even if he's projected 33 tonight. You just saw, let's see, 33. Let's set it right for 33. Same thing. It didn't change a damn thing. 4 out of 20. 20% hit rate. So, it's not that he can't do it. I just don't think that it's very realistic tonight for him to cover that line. Plus, I think they need a little bit more scoring with everybody out. So, I like Isaiah Collier to actually be a little more aggressive tonight. Next game. Let's go. Mavs and Magic. Ooh. Game of the injured. I'm not betting on this game much, but Anthony Black questionable, Carter questionable, Flag questionable, Najee Marshall's questionable, and Brandon Williams questionable. So 5 players questionable. If I had to just give you something I'm feeling Banchero's under for some reason. I know he just dropped 37, decided to actually shoot the ball over 50%, but I just have a weird feeling he's not going to score a lot tonight, and then it's going to be another blowout game against the Mavs. I like Desmond Bane's over. If I read you his field goal percentage, I'm going to do it again. Outside of literally 2 games ago. It's phenomenal. 70%, 36%, 63%, 47%, 68%, 67%, 67%, 65%, 73%. Beautiful. I love that shooting percentage. He's extremely efficient. I like his shot selection. Mav freaking just suck. So I would not be surprised if Desmond Bane covers his line tonight. Outside of Desmond Bane, like if Flag plays, I'd like his over just because they need somebody to score the ball. He's obviously the franchise player. Give him the damn ball. Get out the way. But if not, I don't really like anything in this game. So tricky game to pick just because of everyone's injured and it's against a tanking team in the Mavs. So that's the one concern, right? You have a blowout early in the first half. Starters come in third quarter, get pulled. I don't know. The NBA rotations have been strange recently, so it wouldn't surprise me if starters didn't finish the game very much. But guaranteed pick. I say guaranteed. I'm really feeling officially for a second pick Kevin Durant's over. I bet against myself against the Wizards, assuming a blowout. They only won by 5, and so I took Kevin Durant's under at 23.5, and that just hurt me. So I'm not making that same mistake again. I trust him. I'm taking the over. Ever since the KD files were released, it's just been a different game. Plus, Sengun Thompson and Jabari Smith are all questionable. So if one of them doesn't play tonight, look for Kevin Durant's line to jump up 1 to 2 to 3 points. So I do like KD's line. Also Reed Shepard at 13.5. Kind of surprised that line's so low. From my knowledge, he didn't get hurt or anything. So I do like his line as well a ton. 13.5. Because what did he close at? So yeah, 16.5 against the Wizards. I think people were expecting him to... I mean, he did cover the line. I think people were expecting him to kind of shoot. I was expecting him to shoot better than 7 of 18 from the floor. So I don't know. I really like that line a lot tonight against the Warriors. Yeah. As far as the Warriors go, only person I feel... Also, reasoning why I feel like KD's going to ball out tonight. Because not only continuing the trend of dominance that we've seen, but I do think he's one of the few players who genuinely holds grudges and is very petty, and I think he's going to want to ball out against his old team. Kind of same thing that happened with Phoenix recently this year, or earlier in the season when he had the game winner. I think something very similar is going to happen, where he's just going to have a little bit more passion, just give a shit about this game more. And Draymond Green's the same type of player. So I don't really like Draymond Green point-wise, but I do like Draymond Green rebound-wise. He hasn't covered it last game, but it's 5.5 boards. Go out there and get a 6. Even though the Rockets are a good rebounding team, I still think he can do it. So I think it's a line he could cover. Nets and Heat. So they played 2 nights ago, and honestly, here's my thing with this game. I just have this weird feeling it's going to flip-flop everything. So, like, I like Bam's under for points. I like Wiggins over for points. I like Michael Porter Jr.'s over for points. So, like, I kind of just think things are going to flip-flop, honestly. 3 of 17, I expect Michael Porter Jr. to be, like, 12 of 15 tonight. Like, a much more tighter, efficient game. But I think that's how everyone's going to kind of be. So, honestly, I'm really skipping this one. Raptors and Wolves, interesting game for me. I think Anthony Edwards, he likes to cluster his back-to-back explosions, so like 41. Like this one hurt me because I really had a feeling that he was going to do it here, but he kind of did it in another way. But typically 55-38. If he has a weird explosion, they're almost always accompanied by a couple games, like 38-44. I mean, outside of that tear. So I think tonight's going to be one of those games again, where might not shoot the ball 29 times, but expect like a 22. That's really what I'm thinking. And as long as he can shoot it fairly efficiently from 3, I think he'll cover that line. Even though I don't like taking higher lines, I just have a feeling about Anthony Edwards tonight in particular. Then we'll go to, outside of that, I've always struggled betting on the Timberwolves. They're not my favorite team to pick, hardly ever. Mainly because I also don't watch enough of their games to really just be familiar enough with them. But the Raptors, baby, I like Emmanuel Quickley's line tonight. He didn't cover it last time against the Knicks, but I really like the look tonight. Look for him to be more aggressive and just have a better shooting percentage. 29% from the field is not it. 4 for 14 is not what we're looking for from you. He knows that. He's a great scorer. The night before, 10 of 15. Night before, 6 of 12. So look for him to be more consistent there. Ingram's also questionable. I actually like Ingram's under tonight. I just have a weird feeling he's not going to be aggressive. Even if he does play, or if he does play, I don't feel like he's going to be as aggressive as he's been the last 2 nights out. And if he doesn't play, snag Emmanuel Quickley's line, even though it's kind of in the middle ground right now, before it inflates another point or 2. On top of that, I think that's really it for this game. I don't like a whole lot tonight here. But Emmanuel Quickley is going to be our my third official pick. So what are the 3? Block Coulibaly's over 1.5 assists, KD's over 24.5 points, and then Quickley's over 17.5. Pistons Spurs. Whew, I do like this game, though. They just played not too long ago. And similar, I kind of expect opposites to happen. How I feel about the Nets game earlier. So, for example, like Cade Cunningham was 5 for 26 in that game. I watched that game. That shit was abysmal. 5 for 26. Last night he was 4 for 16. I don't expect that shit to happen. I really like Cade's over tonight. Expect a like. I'm taking Cade. I'd personally like all of Cade's overs tonight. Maybe not his assists, just for the one reason of I think he's gonna really score the ball. But I mean, last night, for example, he was 4 for 16, still finished with 14 assists. So I think it's possible. I really love his rebound line, even against a team like the Spurs. He covered it last time. He's just a good rebounder. He's a good rebounder. So I have no issues taking his rebound line quite often, especially as a recent. His usage has been up a little bit, and just the way they've been playing. They don't send him back as much. He likes to stay around just a little bit more. Like I was watching KD the other day, and it was so hard because KD was just leaking out to the side every time, and there was just no chance for him to get any rebound, defense or offense, and it was just hurting me. I also really like Jalen Duren's over. Been extremely consistent recently. I love the way this man plays. Holy shit, I like it a lot. He played great against Wemby the other night, 10 of 13, finished with 25. I don't think 18 is an egregious line by any means. I mean, he's covered it really efficiently this season. I like coming off a back-to-back. The one thing is, I'm sure you've noticed this, where you watch a game, right? I felt like the Spurs-Pistons game was a really good game. And then there's so often where two teams will play, it's a great game, and then you'll watch it again, or they'll rematch, and it's just so drastically different. And not even like the playoffs different, like just night and day different. Like players, you almost don't even recognize them sometimes. My one concern is that we might have one of those nights with Jalen Duren where he just has 12 on 6 of 12. But for someone who shoots about 70% from the field, I think he's going to cover it tonight. I might be a little more hesitant on his rebounds, but even then, he's been efficient as hell, covering boards. And like I think in the Cavs game in particular, maybe he only had 5 in the first half or 4 in the first half. Maybe it was even less, 3. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but he just grabs boards in such bursts too. I really like his line. All right. I almost made Duncan Robinson a guaranteed pick today, and here's why. 3 games in a row he hasn't covered the line. 8 points, 0 points, and 8 points. And he's only done that one other time this season. But he had 5 points, 6 points, and 9 points. And the thing is with those, I don't think Duncan Robinson's a very trendy, inconsistent guy. I think he's pretty consistent for the most part. At least this season he's been pretty consistent for the most part. The thing that gets him, I feel, typically will be shot selection, which I think will affect percentages. I don't think it's necessarily inconsistencies. But he has not had a stretch of games this entire season where he's had 4 games in a row of not covering that line. So unless Duncan Robinson plans on setting a new trend for himself tonight, I like that over a lot. I think he's going to get better looks. Same thing I kind of felt in the Cavs game. I think he's going to get better looks tonight. They played him not too long ago. He covered the line there. All we got to do is just be a little bit more efficient from the line. And if he can just get a couple shots up. I think when he shoots 6 shots, I think is when we struggle. But he's kind of been struggling, which has also not helped us. 3 for 9, 2 for 6. So I think that's a big factor. So I like Duncan Robinson's chances to cover that line tonight too. So, great game, honestly. I like Keldon Johnson's line. I think he's kind of been inconsistent as of recent. I'm ready for him to get back into that 6th man of the year form. And 13-12, I think we're getting there. So, Knicks game doesn't count. It was a blowout. Everything's a little different there. But I like his look tonight. I think starting in the Pistons game was when I really noticed it. I just feel like something was off with him. So, we'll see if he's in full form or not. I know this line's definitely kind of tanked more as of recently, but I still like the odds for Keldon Johnson to cover. Vassell's been shooting lights out as of the last few games, so it all started with the Pistons game. I think he hit like 4 in a row. He hit like 4 in a row the other night too, so wouldn't surprise me if he covered that line. I'm not taking it. I really was expecting Castle to perform against the 76ers, but he just finished right at 15. I mean, he did. He shot efficiently, 6 from 10 from the field, so I'm not mad at that, but it would have been nice if he covered too. And Wemby, same damn thing I always say about Wemby. Him and Castle are very similar with how their point lines work. They're very 3-point reliant. That's why Castle is like a hard stop, I swear, at like 15 to 18. Because he just clusters right there, 13 to 18 truly. Because a lot of their offense is so reliant on 3-point shooting and or free throws. So like that's the issue with Wemby is I don't know, man. I'm just not. I'd take Jalen Duren over Wemby in a heartbeat. I get everyone likes Wemby. He's just not aggressive enough for me. And the times he chooses to be extremely aggressive just throw the hell out of me. So, I'm not even sure. It would not surprise me if he covers this line tonight whatsoever, considering that he didn't against their last time out. But they also won the game. That's the hard part. It's like Wemby doesn't have to do all this stuff. They have a great team. Like, they have a great team. I don't care. I think people that say they don't are crazy. They literally have Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, former All-NBA. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since he's been an All-NBA player, probably before his injury, but All-NBA De'Aaron Fox. Stephon Castle, who's a great two-way player. Devin Vassell, who's a great three-point shooter. Keldon Johnson, arguably sixth man of the year. Sham Penny, who's also a low-key underrated defensive player as well. Like, Dylan Harper, great rookie pickup, great scorer. They got a good little squad, so I like their team. I like them a lot. But that'll be a great game. That's definitely the game I'm looking forward to tonight the most. Bulls and Spurs, though. Taking Devin Booker's under tonight. I don't think Devin Booker's consistent enough scoring. And every time I watch him, he's just, to me, I see him much more of a facilitator, especially this year, than more recent years. Even with KD, I felt like he was never always just looking to score as much as in recent years. But ever since then, I mean, 21, 19, 5, and 17. And he's not shooting the ball the best either. So you could argue that he's probably going to have a bounce back game. He's not the type of player that I look to. I don't know. I just don't see him coming out tonight against the Bulls in his head thinking, I'm going to drop 35. What I do think is going to happen is Grayson Allen is going to cover that line. I wouldn't be surprised if him and or Gillespie both cover their lines. Both kind of lead the second unit or can lead the second unit. Jalen Green covered his line the other night. I told you, when he's not the main guy, he shoots better. I mean, still 7 to 16. We'd like to see more efficient shooting, but still get those fucking shots up. God damn, it's crazy. But interesting game here. I like the Suns. I'm a little sad no Williams tonight. Obviously no Brooks. That broke my heart once Dylan Brooks got injured. But we deal with it. And what sucked was the day he got injured, they played the next day. And Booker wasn't playing, and that was when I went to go see them, and it was a sad day. It was the day the Suns scored like 77 points. It was painful. But whatever, we don't talk about that. Let's see, Bulls game. I like Josh Giddey's rebounds tonight too. Even though it's against the Suns, and the Suns are like right in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, right in the middle for rebounds allowed, 16. I still like the look. Giddey does really well. I was trying to find that filter. Giddey does really well against bottom half teams in rebounds allowed. Almost covers that line 60% of the time. So I really like the look. I think he's absolutely possible to cover tonight. Plus coming off a 14 rebound night against the Bucks, 9 against the Thunder. I like the look. I can't believe how much the Thunder, on a side tangent, how much the Thunder actually suck at giving up rebounds. All right, Pelicans, Kings, let's get into it. DeMar DeRozan, I like DeMar's line. I always love DeMar's line. I am biased as fuck towards DeMar's line. I will always be biased towards DeMar's line. I just like DeMar DeRozan, so I like the 14.5. I'm definitely taking it tonight. The hard part for me on this team is just who the hell's going to score, who wants to be aggressive. But I like DeMar's line tonight. We're taking it. Also, I like Precious's rebound line. Precious Achua. Covered it 5 games in a row. The key thing with him is minutes. And so he's expected 30 to 40 minutes tonight. Literally, if he gets under 30 minutes, we'll put it right at 29. He's covered that rebound line 2 times out of 20, right? So a 10% hit rate, absolutely fucking atrocious. But if we set it to 30, he covers the line 7 out of 10 times, 70% of the time. So I think he's going to cover the line tonight, especially against a team like the Pels. Decent pace, like top 10, or not top 10, top 11 technically in pace. So it's not going to matter. I'm going to filter this out because of minutes, so forget that. But as far as pace goes, I mean, anytime faster-paced team, more shots, more chance for rebounds. I like the look. He gets his minutes, and Precious has really been playing well recently. Trey Murphy III, I do love Trey Murphy's line. Bumped up a little bit since the last couple games because we had 18.5 on his return, 20.5 the other night against the Lakers. So now it's fair, 22.5. 7 of 15 shooting. Both nights out, he had 15 shots. Prior to that, yeah, shoot. This is really where I was loving him because he was just shooting anything. But it looks like he'll probably get up a little bit more shots tonight, but I don't think so because, that's right, Deontay Murray's out. So, no, yeah, look for Trey Murphy to score. Look for him to score. 22.5 might be a little high. You might want to take that on like a 20.5. One thing I've noticed too is if you use the score to bet, the old ESPN betting app, they have a couple different over-unders. So it won't be your perfect odds, but it's still comparable, like very comparable. So I'd check that out too. I also like Derek Queen's line. I think Derek Queen's a good player. I always like Derek. I'm just a little biased towards Derek Queen. He's one of those players that I do like naturally. So we'll see what happens. But I like the matchup against Precious. I mean, he can shoot the mid-range, a little back to the basket. I like his footwork. So wouldn't be upset if he took that line either. All right, last game. Lakers Nuggets, and we'll get out of here. Jokic. It seems like ever since the Thunder game, Jokic has, I don't know, been in a different world. So I'm hoping he'll bounce back tonight and look like the Jokic that we know. I don't like the 10.5 assist line just because it burned me the other day. But in reality, I mean, Jokic should be able to go get a triple-double tonight. Anytime. Really anytime he wants. The hard part is just knowing when. I don't know. I'll probably sit down and just watch this game tonight. That way I can actually give myself a little bit more, I don't know, better thoughts on it. Better thoughts on it going forward, because I haven't watched the Nuggets really much since Jokic came back, like at all. All I know is they've been losing. They beat the Jazz, but what did they lose? 1, 2. Yeah, so they've just been kind of like splitting games. Win 1, lose 2, lose 3, win 1, lose 1. So I know they've been struggling a little bit, so maybe I'll give it a good watch tonight. But for the Lakers, Luka. So, like I was saying the other day, anytime Lakers play a team that is bottom half of the league in defensive rating, Luka, Austin Reeves both play really well. They just do. It's just one of the things that they do. So my fucking thing with Austin Reeves is like, bro, last night was your chance. 2 nights ago, 4 for 15. You took 15 shots, but why the fuck? How did we shoot 27% from the field? Like once he got hurt, 2 completely different players, man. 2 completely different players. So I'm really hoping Austin Reeves finally bounces back tonight and covers that line. But it's really going to come down to those 2. Now, obviously, LeBron could tie up a bunch of points like he kind of has, 24, 21, 22. But I really think Austin Reeves is going to cover that line tonight, and I think Luke Kennard's going to do it too. 8.5. He's been extremely consistent, really since he was in Atlanta. As long as he gets his minutes, he gets the shots up, and the Lakers want him to shoot. So I like the look. And that is it for today, baby. So, damn good games. I'm excited to see what we do tonight. So, make sure you guys always do your own research. All right. I do feel like I have a fairly decent read of these things sometimes, but it's always nice to take everybody's information and trust yourself too. Like I listen to people all the time and I'm like, ooh, but I have this extra thought that goes with what they said that'll help justify one of the picks that I want to make or something like that. So make sure you always do your own research. Love you all. Don't forget too, I only made 3 picks yesterday, official ones. So we went 2-1 on the channel's official picks, but on the winible, on the VIP, we went 12 for 18. So you get a lot more picks. So check it out. But I love you guys. Have a great day. Keep killing the game.